scouting combine. You got everybody talking. You got the draft coming up next month. You got all the smoke screens going out. Everything like usual is happening, right? You hold things close to the vest. You put out certain screens that you're taking this and that. Obviously, I'm going to start here with the NFL draft a little bit. We'll talk football here first before we pivot over into basketball and some other topics. So, so much, as I said, going on, and it's like some of the stuff that I hear, it's maddening to even think about it. Let's go back to the Tom Brady conversation that I've had so many times. I've done so many shows, comments, write-ups, conversations on X, on Facebook. Tom Brady is in full control of the Los Angeles. Did I just do that? The Las Vegas Raiders. He's in full control. I have said it for a while. I don't see how he can do Fox and rebuild a franchise basically from the ground up. Keys have been turned over to him. You go through drafts like this, you go through coaching, new GM hire, O coordinator, D coordinator, Pete Carroll in charge over there. There's so much going on. I am officially a Raiders fan. I'm not going to kid you. I've never been a Raiders fan. And I suppose when Bo Jackson was there, well-rounded sports fan, I would watch the Raiders from time to time, but I'm a true fan now because I am so interested to watch him develop that entire organization and bring success to Las Vegas, where it's not just a tourist destination, but it's an actual destination for players to come and play for that franchise. I love what's happening over there. It's so intriguing to watch. I just don't see how he can do both of them. It's just not even possible. Love what he did with Pete Carroll. Love what they're doing in conversations and talking and things like that. They have, I believe, the number 6 pick overall. Ashton Giante is being thrown around as a name. I think that would be a huge mistake in terms of football. If you're talking about the Lions and how they do it, without question, you have to build from the trenches out. Offensive line, defensive line. Don't take a running back when you need, so many pieces on your team. You need O-line help. You need D-line help. Obviously, you don't have strength at wide receiver. You don't have strength at running back. That's clear. But there's so many other needs that at number 6, you have to take an impact player that is going to be something other than a running back. If you don't have an offensive line, you can't protect for him. Look at Saquon Barkley. It's the greatest example. The Giants had no offensive line or only did for short periods of time. And he was able to do some things, but you really saw the true talent come out and be able to be on full display when he was with Philadelphia, which has obviously all the pieces. You have, wide receiver weapons. You have a tight end. You have an very good offensive line, arguably the top 3 anyways. A very, very solid quarterback who's growing. You put a running back in that system behind that line, well, you get 2,000 yards. So I would hate to see the Raiders do that. There's so many other picks. I don't think Giante's the pick. Quite frankly, unless it's Jackson Dart, I don't think that they should take Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. Once again, for the record, Shedeur Sanders is not going to be a top-level NFL quarterback. He barely was that at the college level. He makes very poor decisions. He holds onto the ball too long. He might be a little bit small for the NFL level. And, he gets on TV yesterday and he's talking about, do you think I care what people think? And he's got his hat on sideways and he's got all his jewels hanging out. It's like, buddy, that's part of the problem. All right. I know it's a talent game. I know all of that. But I just don't see him being a fit in the NFL as a franchise type quarterback for the next 10 to 15 years. I see him more as a clipboard holder. I see him more as, honestly, nothing before a 4th or 5th round pick. And I really believe that the guy should strongly consider changing positions. I don't know if that would equate or translate in any way, but he's not an NFL quarterback, and I don't think he ever will be anyone of significance. He might have some moments, but I just don't think he's a guy you can build the franchise around. Not to mention there is so much that comes with him that I don't know that you'd want to put that, as the person behind center and leading your entire franchise. And I have enough faith in Tom Brady that I think he sees that. So the number 1 pick for the Tennessee Titans, okay, if they hold the pick, hands down, bar none, the number 1 pick, and we'll have a draft special coming up in the weeks ahead. and I'll get into this more, but there is a clear-cut number 1 pick in the NFL draft, and that's Travis Hunter. He is a rare breed of talent that's come out that can play on both sides of the ball. If they want to make him a wide receiver, and I'm not saying play him on both sides of the ball in games like he did in college. You have the choice. You can put him on the offensive side of the ball full time as a wide receiver, or on the defensive side of the ball as a cornerback. He has the ability to do both at an A+ level. So he's the guy for the Tennessee Titans to take. You want an instant game changer, a playmaker on whichever side of the ball you choose to put him, and people have been interviewing him for both. Tennessee, they need both, right? So hopefully they've had the conversation to a serious conversation to take him, because he is far and away the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. The number 1 quarterback in the NFL draft is Jackson Dart. Okay. The guy's the full package. He can make every throw. He's mobile. He's an emotional guy. If you watched him at Ole Miss, it means everything to this guy. And he is striving for perfection at every step of the way. That's a guy that a team wants to rally around. He doesn't believe that he's bigger than the game. He does not believe that that he is bigger than the team. He believes that he is one component of the team. You go get Shedeur Sanders, it's going to be all about him. And it's just, look historically. Was it all about Brady? Was it all about Manning? Was it, I guess you could say sometimes it was all about Rodgers. Ben, go through all the quarterbacks in history. It can't be bigger than them. You're leading. You can't be bigger than the team. The team has to be bigger than you. So Jackson Dart is a terrific selection. And although I would consider this a weak quarterback draft. This is not a top flight, holy cow, gotta have him type of guy. All right. And I don't believe Jackson Dart historically or even in future years is the best you're ever going to get, but he's the best of this group. And if I'm Tennessee and I want to get rid of Will Levis, then he's my guy. If I'm the Raiders and he's there at 6, you got to take him. If I'm Cleveland there at 2 and he's there, and I got to take him. That's your guy, hands down. Jackson Dart, best quarterback. Travis Hunter is the best, what should be, in my opinion, the number 1 pick.